Hello and welcome to the first lesson in IoT-Ticket Certified Designer module. In this lesson we are going to learn the basics of interface design. Here is the UI Elements Toolbar. You can see the name of the element by hovering over the icon with your mouse. Let's take a look at the label element first. To move elements from the toolbar, just click and hold the icon and place it where you like it in the editor. One way to display the properties of an element is to right-click and select Properties from the menu. Let's change the text to our first dashboard. Now this looks a bit too small, so we can make it larger by dragging from any corner. I really like the thin font weight, so let's change that too. Now we are done with the label, so let's close the properties window. As said earlier, we can move the elements by clicking and holding them. This is also referred as drag and drop. Another way to move the elements is with arrow keys. If you want to fine-tune the position, hold Ctrl key and adjust with arrow keys. Let's take a look at another element called Angular gauge. Again, we can adjust the size by clicking the element and dragging from the corner. I think this size is good for now. If you see a black arrow under an element icon, it means that it has grouped elements. For example, under the Angular gauge we have three other elements which we are going to look at. This one is called the half gauge. Next up is the linear gauge. And finally, vertical linear gauge. We don't need these elements now, so let's get rid of them. I can select them all at once, and to delete them, I can just hit the delete key from my keyboard. To undo the delete, just hit Ctrl and Z key. Another way to delete elements is by right-clicking the element and clicking Remove from the menu. Another common element is the chart. Again, there is a grouped element behind it, but this time we are using the normal chart. Just drag and drop it to the designer. Let's adjust the size and the position. I added in some simulation data to see the elements in action. Don't worry, you'll learn how to do this in the next lesson. This time the chart is a little bit too small for us. We can increase its size normally even when we have data point connected to the chart. Let's move the elements a bit and we're done. See you in the next lesson.